Hey everybody, this is Kyle. I am really excited to have you guys here in training and share a little bit about what we do here. And this video is really set up just to kind of be an introduction to your training and to the company in general. At this point, you should have officially, given the go-ahead that you're ready to move forward and you want to give this a shot. So I'm going to be keeping these videos as short as I can and to the point because training videos and training in general is really an introduction, and you don't really learn much until you get right into it. So I want you guys to be able to get just enough that you need to take some action and then actually do some stuff, because that's where you're really going to learn, is by doing what we're going to show you. But this video, like I said, is just an introduction, and all I really want to do is tell you a little bit more about Container1 and about what to expect here, and just some tips about having a successful run here in your initial training and getting a good start with Container1. So, I've been with Container1 for about a year, and we were with a very similar company that, it did a lot of the same things, but it didn't do the same stuff as well as Container1 does. So I will tell you from experience, Container1 is an excellent company, and they do their job very well. And it makes your job as a salesperson that much easier because they follow through on the back end of what you sell. So it's a great opportunity. Like you've already probably figured out, this is something that gives you a lot of flexibility. You really kind of get to make your own thing with this. You can put as much into it as you want, or make it work around the rest of your life as much as you want. So it's just a really rare thing, I think, to find something that's as flexible with this, but also gives you the opportunity to, make a decent income like this does. But some of the reasons that I love it is it also just allows me to improve my skills in a lot of areas. This is really fundamental sales skills that we get to use and learn, and I try my best to share what I can with you guys. And I know a lot of people are going to be ahead of me in some areas and behind me in some areas, so I just try to share as much and do ongoing training so we can continue to improve and get better at our processes, and just always try to get better. But the other reason that I really love this opportunity is kind of what I briefly mentioned before. You can get as much out of this as you want, and you get out of it what you put into it. So it's really, the sky's the limit, and to the point that I haven't taken advantage of as much as I should have with it. So again, that goes back to always improving. But a couple things that I wanted to just give you in terms of pointers and tips as you're going through training. Just remember, the initial first couple of weeks in your training is super critical to give as much effort as you can and put as much into this as you can, because you're learning something new, and when you're first learning something that's new, it's a bit of an uphill battle. You've got a little more of a learning curve than something that you're already familiar with. So the first couple weeks, if you can really get a good foundation, then later on, instead of having to learn this whole big new thing, you have a foundation that you can just tweak things, and it just takes less effort to get the same result. So as opposed to that, if you just kind of dabble in it and tinker with it and don't really learn the foundations here in the first couple of weeks, then it's easy to justify having it not work, or just kind of letting it slide and passing up this opportunity because you didn't get that foundation that you need in the beginning. So I've set up the training, I've structured it, that if you just follow this training, there's nothing else you got to figure out yourself. Like, if you just do this training, you're set, and this gives you everything you need and gives you that foundation. So there's no missing piece, there's no real aspects of this that you need to figure out yourself. So we're setting this up to where you just follow this training, and that foundation is going to be there, and I truly try to give you everything that I have. There's nothing I'm really holding back or anything with what I know about selling shipping containers. So so that's a little disclaimer and some advice that I have. It's just really get that foundation in the beginning. Like I said, we give you everything you need, and part of that is also why I'm recording these videos instead of doing, I've done this before, I've trained people and built teams with this before, and we've done most of that in person. and that works great. It's a little more of a personal experience. But the nice thing about having this recorded is you can come back to it. When you first go through this training, it's really going to be just to kind of get a little bit familiar with some things and how they look. Then when you go and actually do the stuff in real life, when you really post ads, when you really have customer conversations, you're going to be able to have a little bit of familiarity with it. But your real learning is in actually doing those things. And then you can come back and use these and rewatch them for reference, where, before you'd have to come back and ask the same questions over and over. And this is just a better learning experience for you, and a better training experience for me as well. So, also wanted to let you guys know that I am here for you, and I am going to be involved with you personally. So, feel free to ask me questions. I'm going to be giving my info so that you can reach out to me and ask me any questions that come up. But I really do encourage people to go out and learn as much as you can and figure things out through the training material that I've given you, because it's really, and I know it can kind of sound like a cop-out, but the best people are usually the ones that need the least amount of help, because they're the go-getters that are going to go and figure it out and take the bull by the horns. So I do encourage you to ask questions, but I also encourage you to figure this out, because it is simple. It's really simple. So yeah, keep that in mind. Then the only other thing I really wanted to reiterate is this whole training is about taking action. It's not about learning the stuff as it is about getting what you need to go and take action, because you're going to learn more by taking action than you are by just listening to these videos. So if you got to choose one day to post your ads or do your training, post your ads, because you're going to learn more by doing that stuff. You're going to get the result by doing that stuff more than you are by doing a training. Because really, at the end of the day, we're all here to make some extra money, and watching a training video is not going to help you make money. Posting ads, following up with somebody, taking a customer phone call is. So really hone down on the core activities that are going to make you money and make those your top priority. And these trainings and the learning that you're going to do is just to kind of subsidize and help you to be more effective with those things. When it comes down to this business, there's, and really anything sales or business related, there's two main aspects that are going to make you successful and factor into what makes you successful. That's the amount of activity that you take and how effective you are at those activities. So, if you can break that equation down, your activities times your effectiveness equals the result that you get. So, your activities are by far and away the priority. And then over time, you need to constantly be reviewing your process, make sure that you're sticking to the fundamentals and not cutting corners as you get more familiar with the process, so that you can increase that effectiveness aspect so that you get more results out of those activities. You can do the same activities faster. You can do more activities in less time. You can get more of a result with less effort by becoming more effective. So that's really what we're looking at with this training, is showing you, how you do the core activities, and then over time we're going to learn more and more and more how to be more effective with the core activities that we do to make money here. So really that's all I have for this initial orientation kind of training introduction. So the next video, we're just going to kind of look at the training structure, look at the resources that you guys have, and then we're just going to jump into it and get some ads posted. So I will see you guys in the next video.